Let's go to London now, and Julian Assange's bid to avoid extradition to the United States has been dealt a blow after White House lawyers provided assurances about his treatment to a London court.
America is trying to extradite the WikiLeaks founder to face 18 charges for publishing confidential military records and diplomatic cables. Europe correspondent Catherine Diss reports from London.
Well, this was the deadline for the United States to provide those assurances that the High Court in London had requested. Several sources have confirmed to the ABC that that has happened. Now, those assurances relate to guarantees that if Julian Assange was to be extradited to the United States to face trial, that he wouldn't be discriminated against because of his nationality, that he would be allowed to use the First Amendment right to free speech afforded to other US citizens in any legal proceedings, and that he wouldn't face the death penalty. But there's one catch. While the US has said he will have the right to raise the use of the First Amendment, a decision as to whether or not it can be applied is exclusively the purview of the US court system. We spoke to Rebecca Vincent from Reporters Without Borders, who said that this was an expected outcome.
Our position remains, though, that regardless of any assurances provided, these grounds can deserve proper consideration by the court. It shouldn't be done away with just on the basis of essentially political promises. These are really important matters in a case that's now been in the UK courts for the past 4 years. And at this final stage, these three remaining substantive grounds really need to be heard properly.
Julian Assange has spent the past 4 years fighting his extradition to the United States, where he faces 18 charges for the publication of hundreds of thousands of confidential military documents and diplomatic cables. His wife, Stella Assange, has described the US's assurances today as blatant weasel words, and we also heard from his brother, Gabrielle Shipton, a little earlier.
That's what we're really afraid of, is that Julian is extradited here on May 20th, and that we lose him forever to, a horrifying prison system here in the United States.
The case will return to this court in London on May 20, where lawyers on both sides will provide their final representations to the justices. A decision will then be made on whether or not he can be extradited to face those charges, or if he will be given another right to appeal.